Mike took a geography quiz on the states. All right, how did he do? How did he do? You want me to do it? You have a clip of how he did? Give me a clip. I'll do it right now. Oh, fuck. I always forget Alabama and Mississippi. I think Alabama's this one. Yeah, okay. That's the only one that I flip sometimes. It's Alabama, Mississippi, and it's Oregon, Washington. I'm always like, which one's which? But Washington is the on the top. That's how I remember it now. Minnesota is here. Dumbest streamer from PA, that's right. Now do anywhere outside the US. I could get Europe, but it would depend on who, the order I get it. Like there's some cases where it gets like harder. You're 100% better than Hasan at what states are. I mean, how can I not know this? Hasan got 58%. Hasan failed to find New York? What? How? He lived in New Jersey. He thought Wyoming was Arkansas? Oh no. It took him twice as long as you to get half of them right. He messed up Pennsylvania too. Pennsylvania is one of the easiest to remember because it has a notch. Pennsylvania has a notch and it has a wiggly side. So that one's like super easy. And it touches the lakes. The ones that are hard are over here. The ones that are hard is the perfectly square ones. You just have to remember that Colorado touches Oklahoma and it's a square. And Oklahoma is the frying pan. You know, and everybody can recognize Texas. Everybody can recognize California. Everyone can recognize Florida. You could just like build off of like the very recognized Michigan, you know, Pennsylvania. They're all very recognizable. New York, Massachusetts has a huge bay in it. Right here, there's like a hook. Let me zoom in. I don't think it's streaming is coming through as well. Like, so Massachusetts has a huge bay. You see this like hook? If you just know like very generic stuff, Vermont and New Hampshire are like two halves of a square. And Vermont is the one that's the fang that's coming down, biting, you know, like Delaware and Rhode Islands are tiny little chunks that shouldn't even be states. I got 46 seconds. Think you can beat that? I'm glad that I took my time and thought about it because I'd rather get it all correct in 2 minutes than get it wrong in a minute 30. You know what I mean? I'd rather not have any errors. I'd rather just be slow and methodical and think about it each click, which is what I did. I thought about every click. The only one I was like, was the Alabama, but I'm pretty sure I got it. You know, Mississippi can't have straight borders because of the river. Exactly. I mean, it's the USA. How can you not? There's so many free ones. You just have to know that Wyoming is a square and no one lives here. Literally no one lives here. No one. Like if you landed in Wyoming, it's very likely you would not see another human being. Now do Europe. Oh, man. No, they gave me Moldova early. No. Fuck. We're gonna keep going. Okay. Slovenia early. Oh fuck. Okay. I think it's here. Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. Oh no, I messed it up. Oh no. Latvia? Is this one Lithuania? Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Oh fuck. It's this one. God damn it. See, I'm out of practice in Europe. God damn it. Oh, fuck. This is Serbia. I think this is Kosovo, right? Ah! It's this one. Fuck. This is like the worst I've ever done. No, it's Hungary. I'm stupid. I forget where this one is. I'll have to come back to that one. Estonia. There we go. This is Northern Macedonia. Oh, fuck. This is... I'm doing so bad. I'm getting all the like little micronations, right? And I'm forgetting the big ones. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Ugh. I hate to see it. Why do they have to balkanize so hard? I know, right? But no, you should get Hasan to do Europe because he's from Europe, right? He's from Europe, so he should do pretty well on Europe, right? He should have done Europe. Do Asia? Asia's easy. Why would you do Asia? Asia's easy. The hard one is Africa. Africa's the hard one. Do USA without lines? Ooh, that would be hard. That would be hard because of the New England. You only have a couple pixels. All right, I guess people want me to show you the swearing in. Again, I didn't cheat. So if anybody's like, oh, I'm going to go do Europe now, they're all prepared. They practiced, okay? I didn't practice. All right? All right, chat. The Bill Gates Foundation has another cartoon they want you to watch called The Last Human. Let's check it out. Let's check it out and enjoy ourselves.
The future of humanity seems insecure. Rapid climate change, political division, our greed and failings make it hard to look at our species with a lot of optimism, and so many people think our end is in sight. But humans have always thought they lived in the end times. Every generation assumes they're important enough to witness the apocalypse, and then life just goes on. This is a problem because it leads to
Except we now have the technology to cause globe-spanning changes or nuclear annihilation. So our technological ability matches our ego for the first time in our species history. Just because we had egomaniacs in the past with delusions, that's not an argument against our current power and the damage that we're currently doing. From everything from climate change to microplastics to chemical and pollution emission to nuclear weapons and war, humanity's ability to affect the planet is greater than ever before. Like, okay, this argument, I hate these kind of arguments. So stupid. Why are you wasting my time with this dumbass shit?
Short-term thinking and prevents us from creating the best world for ourselves and our descendants. What makes this worse is that we may actually be living at an extremely critical moment in human history. To understand why, let's look at the temporal window of humanity and ask, when will the last human be born? And how many people will there ever be? These sorts of estimates come with a lot of uncertainties, so please take them with a gigantic grain of salt. To get a sense of how many people there will be, let's see how many people have already lived. Modern humans arose some 200,000 years ago. They were uniquely good at making tools, telling stories, thinking abstractly, planning and working together in large groups beyond their close family. Still, there were not that many of us. Surpluses of food were scarce, survival was hard, life expectancy was low. It took us 150,000 years to grow to a population of 2 million. Improvements were gradual and eventually led to the agricultural revolution, arguably the biggest change in our history. This was when our numbers really started growing. It took 10,000 more years to get to 300 million. But that increase was dwarfed by the Industrial Revolution. In 1800, there were 1 billion of us. The human population doubled in just 120 years, and then again in 50. Today, we number around 8 billion. In total, over the last 200,000 years, about 117 billion humans were born and lived, and 109 billion also died. Which means that about 7% of all humans that ever lived are alive right now. As many as were born in the first 150,000 years of human history. Every minute, 270 babies join the party. But there aren't just more people. Never before have we been as healthy and well off or lived longer. With growing living standards, our birth rates collapsed. The UN estimates that around the year 2100, we will hit our population peak and there will be 125 million people born each year. It's pretty unlikely that birth rates will stay stable forever, but let's pretend to make our thought experiment simpler. How many people there will be in the future depends on when our species will die out. And here, we find a lot of uncertainties. We are able to destroy ourselves through our own inventions, but we are also able to find solutions to avert catastrophic risk. We can change the direction of planet-killer asteroids, but we've also invented nuclear weapons. We discovered antibiotics, but also carry diseases across the globe in a matter of days. Our industrial system gives us an incredible standard of living, but also changed the atmosphere in the process. It's very hard to say if human ingenuity will prolong or shorten our species' lifespan. If things go badly, our end could come suddenly. But if we manage to avoid that, we could conceivably stick around for a long time. So every day we don't destroy ourselves may mean life for an unfathomable number of humans. How many people are we talking about? It depends on how far our species is going to expand. Scenario 1. Humans will never leave Earth.
Channel 5 video. Sorry about that.
If we stay on our home planet, a good metric to look at is the extinction rate of animals that we get from the fossil record. The average lifespan of mammalian species is in the region of 1 million years, with some surviving up to 10 million years. Our close relative Homo erectus survived for about 1.9 million years. Let's be conservative and assume that humans will survive for 1 million years, which leaves us 800,000 more years to dawdle away. Assuming a stable birth rate of 125 million people each year, this means there are roughly 100 trillion humans waiting to be born. 850 times greater than the number of people that have ever lived. This would make everybody alive today only 0.008% of all people that will ever live. Think about where this leaves you.
Copium. I mean, like, wait, what? Like, copium.
125 million people each year, this means there are roughly 100 trillion humans waiting to be born. 850
times. This is
times.
just totally random. This is total guess. This is a total fucking guess.
Greater than the number of people that have ever lived. This would make everybody alive today only 0.008% of all people that will ever live.
This could literally be the last generation. Or we could go on till the end of the fucking heat death of the universe. We could build structures around black holes as the last stars wink out. Like, there's no way to know. This is...
About where this leaves you. Instead of putting you at the end of the chaotic mess that was our past, it would mean you live at the very beginning of something big. The start of the human story rather than the end. Doesn't this feel incredibly different? And now, consider that...
Actually, it doesn't, because it feels irresponsible to say that, because we are facing catastrophic level problems that need to be solved now to ever be to talk about a future.
This may be an extremely pessimistic estimate. If we match the survival time of the most successful mammals, then our future numbers rise to 1.2 quadrillion people that have yet to be born. And even this seems far from our potential. As the sun slowly gets hotter and brighter, Earth will remain habitable for about 500 million years, giving so many more potential people the chance to become actual people. And now, let's begin to think big. Scenario 2, humans will leave Earth. We went from humans worshipping the moon to humans walking on it, so who knows how much further we can go. If we don't die out within the next few hundred years, ideas that seem outlandish right now become serious considerations. If we believe that we have a chance of surviving for maybe millions of years, then we could expand onto the other planets or into our own artificial worlds. Life needs 3 things: a surface, resources, and energy. Our sun provides energy for billions of years, and there is so much water and material floating in the asteroid and Kuiper belt that we could sustain many times our current population. Instead of living on planets, we could decide to construct our own artificial worlds and habitats.
Is coming true.
With resources and energy so abundant, we could try out different types of society and ways of life. An interconnected civilization spanning the solar system would create the basis of existence for an absurd number of individuals, orders of magnitude more than if we stick to Earth, even if we only existed for a few million years. This future doesn't have to be grim and dark as science fiction likes to paint it. With quadrillions of people waiting to be born, we will have billions of doctors working on curing cancer, billions of problem solvers working on ending poverty, and billions of video game developers making life fun.
Problem solvers? Wait. We can harness this fucking asteroid belt and we're gonna have people who can't get a fucking roof over their head? My head hurts. I actually got a headache. Yeah, that's it. We don't know how to solve poverty. We just don't have as many problem solvers. That's what it is. Wow. The expansive scene where an old woman complains the presidential candidate is she's been on the government job program list for decades and she's like 90 years old. Yeah. Let's make sure you do jobs while we have robots that can literally provide infinite resources. We're going to make sure you need to get a job. Jesus Christ.
More humans may actually mean more progress. Another upside of leaving Earth and spreading out.
That is absolutely insane. Actually, what's retarding our progress is the parachute of capitalism and the structures of our society. We have poverty not because we don't have resources, but because we have capitalism.
That it becomes much harder for us to become extinct, as you need a solar system-wide catastrophe to catch everybody. So aside from nearby supernovae or gamma-ray bursts, humanity would be relatively safe from extinction, maybe for billions of years. If we manage to survive for that long, slow evolution or genetic engineering might split us into multiple species, or we might intentionally keep ourselves the same as we are now. So to account for that, we'll just talk about people from now on, instead of humans. Okay, now let's think really big. Scenario 3, people leave the solar system. As enormous as the solar system is, it is just one star system among billions in the Milky Way.
If we have a huge fucking planetary civilization, we'll have the ability to throw probes and shit to other close stars. Like that's like if you're if we have a full solar system, like come on, like what?
People can colonize, say, 100 billion stars and live there for 10 billion years, with each generating 100 million births per year, then we can expect something like 100 octillion lives to be lived in the future. This is a 1 with 29 zeros. 100,000 trillion. We can spin this up as much as we like. The Andromeda Galaxy will merge with the Milky Way, adding another trillion stars for us to settle. Red dwarfs stay active for up to 1 trillion years, and future civilizations might even find energy for their habitats around black holes. A sufficiently advanced civilization of our descendants might even try to reach other galaxy groups. While these numbers are mind-blowing, they may underestimate the number of unborn people by many orders of magnitude. If we divide the total energy available in a galaxy by the average energy needs of a single person, then we get 1 trillion potential lives. 1 million trillion potential people. Conclusion. Hopefully, what's become evident is that if we don't kill ourselves in the next few centuries or millennia, almost all humans that will ever exist will live in the future. Which brings us back to us in the present. We exist at a high point in human history, with incredible possibilities at our grasp. Technologically,
there is no shot that capitalism is compatible with any of that. You need to have resources being developed for the purpose of uplifting humanity as a species, not for individual private profit. Like, yeah, it's really profitable to send probes to another star. Like, what? Like, no, it's not. You would never get any return. From an individual perspective, that's irrational. From an economic perspective, that's irrational. So that can't happen under capitalism. You have to have a socialist outlook to even do anything like that.
Environmental, and societal. What we do matters for all the people who do not exist yet. So while it's not en vogue to think about humanity's long-term future with optimism, or to think about it at all, maybe this has given you a bit of perspective. If we screw up the present, so many people may never come to exist. Quadrillions of unborn humans are at our mercy. Even if we go with fairly conservative estimates, the unborn are by far the largest group of people and the most disenfranchised. Somebody who might be born in 1,000 or even 1,000,000 years deeply depends on us today for their existence. This is why it's important to think about the distant future and why our presence is so crucial, why it matters what we do today. One day, the last human will be born. We don't know when. But if we change our perspective from us living at the end of the human story to us living at the very beginning, we can not only build a wonderful world for us and for them, but also for countless numbers of others.
Okay, if you have this perspective, can you really honestly tell me that ExxonMobil's returns are more important than human lives right now? Like, how can you be a fucking capitalist and have this perspective. It's impossible.
Huge announcement. We're launching Kurzgesagt in 6 more languages: Arabic, Brazilian Portuguese, French, Hindi, Japanese, and Korean, on top of our English, German, and Spanish channels, bringing new perspectives and a love for science to as many people as possible, especially to some languages that are underserved because it's not profitable to translate to. If enough people watch our new channels, we can hopefully run them for many years to come. This is where we need your help. It takes us a lot of time, effort, and yes, money to translate.
Okay. Thanks, Kurzgesagt. Congrats. I legitimately don't understand how you can look at videos like that and go, capitalism makes sense. We should definitely organize our society using capitalism. Jesus.
I know this is all very confusing to you, so I'll attempt to explain. You are on the starship USS Enterprise.
American.
No, it's a vessel in the United Federation of Planets, and Earth is a member.
Talk. Give me a martini straight up with 2 olives for the vitamins. I might just get to like this place. Let's see if the Braves are on. How do you cut on this TV?
TV.
Yeah, the boob tube.
I believe he means television, sir. That particular form of entertainment did not last much beyond the year 2040.
Well, what do you guys do? I mean, you don't drink and you ain't got no TV. Must be kind of boring, ain't it?
That's what all this is about. A lot has changed in the past 300 years. People are no longer obsessed with the accumulation of things. We have eliminated hunger, want, the need for possessions. We've grown out of our infancy. Here's what I propose. You can't stay on the Enterprise, but I have arranged for us to rendezvous with the USS Charleston, bound for Earth. They will deliver you there.
Then what will happen to us? There's no trace of my money. My office is gone. What will I do? How will I live?
This is the 24th century. Material needs no longer exist.
Then what's the challenge?
No more TV.
The challenge, Mr. Offenhouse, is to improve yourself, to enrich yourself. Enjoy it.
Capitalism sucks. So Joe Rogan is now a hog. Joe Rogan is now a complete hog. Are you watching the stream unsubbed? You're making income inequality worse. You are doing anti-praxis. We are the only Twitch stream that will not accept scam advertisers, and I will never fuck you over by selling you crap.